Squirrel. Yeah, so I just got a wonderful phone call. I did. And yeah, there's a lot of content creators out there. There's a lot of content creators out there that I trust. So it is. That whole INFJ human lie detector thing, that's always going to cause conflict because people are generally full of shit. However, it is beautiful because hearing that the devil is trying to destroy everything that you love in the cards, dog barking. Hearing that the devil's trying to destroy everything that you love. So is yeah, one of my favorite associates, he called me and he was like, "Do you go by a different name?" And I'm like, "No, why?" He's like, "Well, yeah, they were talking about a healer and they said that you took them over here to this place." And I'm like, "What, your competition?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, I thought we were friends." Oh, we are. And then we start talking, and yeah, it is. The price of authenticity is always going to be imitation. A young girl in a wig, and I don't think they realize that chosen ones are monitored. So it's what it is. And when you have that energy in the cards of human black market sales, when you have that energy in the cards of drug rings, legal and illegal, come on. Let's face it. And I'll even tell this story again just because I like it so much. I like to hear myself tell this story. I had some girl pop into and it's what it is. That would be the NPC aspect of people trying to trigger you because they do this. You sure like to hear yourself talk. I'm like, well, the whole public speaking aspect, once we get all of the trigger demons out of the way, it's what it is because you want to talk about these things that are going to be beneficial going forward in this entire realm of illusions and lies. If we all make it through the natural disasters, God exercising his power with the weather. That's something that they just never, where you can't control the weather, even though they tried. Even though they tried. Probably even tried around, light beings with energy that affects them in ways they don't understand. But I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything with people playing God with Mother Nature. That's just not the smartest thing I've ever heard in my life. But it is neat because when you've got two separate creators, yeah, and one that's being tormented by demons. When you have two separate creators, and if Lee's watching, and I understand, we're everyone in the tarot community, we have our ancestors protecting us. You have demons tormenting you, and that would be exactly what when it. Let's not name creators anymore. Let people search. Let them search. And then when they come across that information, they'll go, you know what? I remember hearing someone else talk about that. So if two shall see, so shall it be for that individual too. But when I hear someone talking about NPCs or all the world is a stage, Shakespeare being correct, and we're stepping into the realm of poetic justice for the divine, yeah, absolutely. When you are seeing a content creator that is documenting his paranormal activity. Well, I did the same thing to a degree. They were casting magic at me, so completely different story. And see something, say something. The shift was unexpected. Yeah, that's what it is. The see something, say something when it comes to black magic, it's just what it is. Most muggles aren't going to understand that anyway. But when they start seeing shit flying around their house and demonic possession because they're lower vibrational entities being tormented by demons, just like a content creator is very well showing you in the UK, and tarot was picking it up. See, that's the thing, is the tarot reader is working with the Most High. We're protected from that lower vibrational activity. But when I hear a creator talking about all of the world as a stage, and he talks about NPCs, well, Dolores Cannon, it's backdrop people. As a QHHT practitioner, the term that we use is backdrop people. So when you hear non-playing character or backdrop people, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Soulless vessels or projections of energy. And he brought up a very good point, and Dolores Cannon talked about this as well. when you go from one town to another, you'll see the same limited programs running, whether it be a waitress in a restaurant, a manager manages, a waitress waitresses, a waiter waiters, the guy that washes your car, he washes cars. That is his program. That's his running. So to break out of the matrix programming, you have to think outside of that limited "how may I take your order" box. But you have to start somewhere. That's not a problem. You have to start somewhere. The problem is when you get into the realm of these entity attachments is when they're lower vibrational, because if you go to the Ascension glossary, it'll tell you all about that. The spirit of greed, the spirit of lust, all of these are lower vibrational. And it's what it is when they attack you, lower your vibration, then they're able to control you based on that entity's whim. So it's what it is. And as I'm hearing it last night, Lee in the UK, who's got all kinds of paranormal stuff that tarot is picking up, he has it. He's documenting it. The trickster spirit moving stuff around, talking through he's got that SLS camera. I didn't know what it was called until I went and did the research. Now I know what it's called. And he uses one, and it shocked him. It certainly shocked him. That's what it is. Anyway. I mean, that would be the question. Are lower vibrational NPCs going to that channel and then opening themselves up for that spirit to influence them now in their reality? Because I mean, you can't have just one trigger demon. You can't have just one earth angel light triggering just one demon. No, it's called triggered demons, plural, because there's more than one of them. And it's what it is. And I mean, now that you have confirmation, and it is confirmation, when I have a reader talking about, the trap that they're trying to set for those of us that have a business, they're minding our business because they don't have any business of their own to mind. So, and to go around to our connections and try to create drama, which is what they did. It's beautiful. And then we talk about how we've been going through the same thing, opening up a business. It's always going to come with that competition, especially when you're truth speakers. Yeah, when you're truth speakers, well then your black market human sales, your Droog rings, they don't like the truth coming out. No. They like to keep everything underground. They like to sell women and children when they're high as fuck, and it's just what it is. That's just what they do. That's just what they do. However, I'm not one to judge. They're the ones that judge. They judge us, but we're not supposed to judge them. No, we're not. We're not supposed to judge. They'll do anything for money, and then go around to your neighbors, to your associates, to people they know you frequent. And it was kind of funny because that brings a great point. A healer with, I think he gave me a French name or something like that. If you go to my Google, there's some kind of weird Fresha site. It's a FOSS. It's a FOSS reality that someone has created and then put on Google. And it's in French and da 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 da. It's just another way for them to try to sabotage 5-star reviews. And that's fine. That's fine. You contact Google and Google will get back with you and whatnot. It's a whole lot better to get on YouTube and be like, they wouldn't try to be stopping you if you weren't doing 5-star fucking up their reality. And I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about 5-star healing fucking up a demon's reality. I can't do anything about that. It's not for me to decide. It's not for me to decide. But to hear a woman in a wig goes in and says, yeah, a healer by a name that would probably fit that website that's not mine. When you Google Upshotscott, that website's not mine. But yeah, trying to make me look like a false person, and I took her to his competition. Wouldn't you know that I'm the healer that goes by a name that's not mine, and took her to his competition. They're just trying to sabotage you. And that's what it is. And I don't even think they understand that chosen ones are monitored all the time. All they have to do is go to it's chosen ones are monitored all the time. And poof, the YouTube video pops right up, tells you all about it. Tells you all about it. Rough, 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 rough. INFJ animal communication. It's just what it is. Anyway, yeah, and I mean, some people aren't going to like that, but I mean, when you have, what was she just talking about? Money laundering and drug trafficking and human trafficking and all of that shit, and it's what it is. And the only way that they can sabotage you is to make it look like you're doing something with all of your associates, because I already said that days ago. I'm glad that he called me, but I already said that days ago that these people possessed by that jinn that Dorothy summoned would be trying to destroy everything that I love. And I do. I love that guy. She tried to destroy our relationship wearing a wig. It's just what it is. Just what it is. didn't even know my fake name. Didn't even know my fake name. So that's pretty cool. Just knew I was a healer. Just that's what it is. Anyway, you got to keep in mind people not being prepared for the new digital financial system that's going to affect the planet globally because they didn't do the research. They didn't go to Google and put in how will the new digital financial system affect the planet globally? And it'll tell them right there that, all of their human traffic sales, that shit's over. All of the how are you going to buy your drugs with a new digital financial system that's going to affect the planet globally? That's what it is. So then now we're going to have people going through withdrawals. They'll be trying to barter and steal your shit. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. And I would assume that the idea of following the chosen ones is seeing where these trigger demons are, because we already know about the AI snitch software that's doing all the work for them. And it's a simple Google search, AI snitch software. And I mean, anyone that has a phone with AI connected to it, it does. It documents everything that you search, everything that you do, everywhere you go to try to set these traps. All that shit, yeah, goes into the AI snitch software. See, if you read the Illuminatium or the First Testament of the Illuminati, that's what they talk about is 6 corporations rule the world. And once a year, they meet in a white room that's encased in glass, and they strip down naked and put on white robes, and there's no recording devices, because that's what it is. Everything that you put in your phone gets harvested. They harvest your energy. That's what energy harvesting is, all your information. They harvest all your information. And then when you ascend to a degree of power, then they want to swoop in and they want to try to shame you. Well, I mean, when you come into divine union, that makes everything aware. That causes a domino effect, because now you've come into union with the divine. So that's like, oh shit, God's home. Oh no. Oh no, demons have to run. The light of truth has stepped onto the scene. Oh no, here we got to go. Run around. Scrambled eggs. It's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. Right? I mean, just the simple fact that I know there's no profit in the cure. So when you come out and speak the truth about the cure, then they're going to try to attack that because it takes away from their profit. They want to make it rain. And because of that, because of their black magic backfires, and now an entire community is under judgment, one natural disaster globally named after them at a time, just like Tarot said. Just like Tarot said. I mean, and when I hear that all the world is a stage and these NPCs are lower vibrational people, these lower vibrational people are being, gin hitched, would that revolve around the planes? Would that revolve around planes not being able to fly? Is that what it is? That's what it is. And knowing that, YouTube and the whole dark web aspect, and it's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about their magic backfiring. I can't do anything about them trying to sabotage your connections, because successfully, if you're the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room. And then successful people, smart people go, Why would I listen to what this individual is telling me when their story just doesn't even make sense? So they call me, hey, did it? No. And then we talk about it. Hey, look at that, how smooth everything lines out. You know, that shit happened to me when I started my business. They this, and this. It's like, yeah, no, that's what they do. They don't have a business of their own to mind. Their entire lives are revolving around what your business does that undermines their darkness. And I can't do anything about what people do in the dark. I can't do anything about that. What are you chewing on? I can't do anything about what she's chewing on unless I take it away from her. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. However, I mean, as far as, you know, as far as natural disasters being named after these church members that tarot readers, and when I hear a tarot reader say they want you to give up, she's like, give up what? There's nothing to give up. Give up you? Well, yeah, I agree, and I agree with her. As they want you to give up. Well, instead of giving up what you have set out to do on your path, you just give up them. I can't do anything about that. You got to give up on them. So you can't give up on your business. They don't even have a business to give up on, but yet they want you to give up on yours. It doesn't make any sense to me. Certainly doesn't make any sense to me. So, yeah, we'll just keep going forward. That's what it is. However, I mean, keep that in mind. Everything that has been done on the back end with the finances, when they flip that switch, that's what it is. All that shit comes to the light. Why do you think you have, and I don't even want to say retired. I don't even know if he is still a police officer, but he does. He has a nice YouTube channel talking about finances and things. And it's what it is. And I mean, when you listen to him talking about the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, that was the whole thing. The main guy that was fighting that lawsuit for your new digital financial system that'll affect the 1717 on the clock, that'll affect your planet globally, the main guy for the government that was fighting it, this cop is putting him all up on his YouTube channel dressed like a clown because he was trying to hide the shit he did with kids behind closed doors. It's just what it is. Running your securities administration. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about what about ex-cops or current cops, what they do to government officials on their YouTube channel. I'm not responsible for that. It's just what it is. I mean, he dresses him up like a clown, and that's the story. He created the entire lawsuit because he was a kitty diddler. I can't do anything about that. But to think that was the person that was running the show, around anything that had to do with your American Ponzi scheme of cash, that's alarming. I mean, even Elon Musk came out and said Social Security was the biggest Ponzi scheme the planet had ever seen. And then I've got a reader today that's talking about people been receiving checks for 160 years. That's what it is. So, I mean, that's the main thing. My injury from the oil field. That's what it is. Me coming back into society. Oh, every time I try to come back into society, your human trafficking rings start scrambling. Your fucking money laundering, they all scramble up. That's what it is. You can't trust these people. They've been used to doing it for so fucking long and getting in my way when I try to do something right. That's what it is. Now, my past substance use, yeah, that's why I found Reiki for addiction. That's what it is. It worked for me. Sure did. What are you eating and why? Hang on, I got to go play with the dog. But yeah, super shout out for you girls that are talking about, the traps that they're trying to set by trying to, block connections that we have in the community with other business owners. Yeah, that's what it is. And then we have a conversation about it. It's like, oh, cool. A tarot reader just picked that up. So not only does that show how amazing her skills are in her deep dive on this corruption, but it gives me the ability to bring confirmation that I just had a phone call. With another business owner where, some woman in a wig came in trying to create some kind of controversy, some kind of sabotage between me and a friend. That's what it is, and that's fine. That's fine. That's what happens. That's what happens when you promote their businesses on your YouTube channel. They think that they can go and sabotage because that's the only thing they have. It's the only thing they have. They're grabbing for straws at this point. They're grabbing for straws, and it's what it is. I don't. When you ladies are talking about the devil is going to be using them as crash dummies, is that what Chosen 144 is talking about? The NPC being influenced by these entities? Because that's the same thing that I was talking about in the last video. And I know if I'm talking about it in the last video and then Chosen 144 posts it just a little while after, he had to make the video right at the same time. So if we're talking about the same thing at the same time, it's not like we're stealing each other's content. It's like we're coming into one consciousness. That's a beautiful thing. That's spirit speaking through those of us that are connected to the higher self. That's what it is. Can't do anything about that. Just like you've got these hive minds that are operating on one spirit, greed, one spirit, sloth, one spirit, gluttony, one spirit. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about women cooking dogs in Texas and blaming it on the devil. I can't do anything about Lake Isabella earthquake and then a tarot reader talking about homeless voodoo spell, because that's what it is. They don't like the house that I was born in. I was born in this house, so and reborn a couple times. Just what it is. However, yeah, I mean, calling our energy back. If they've been harvesting our energy for this long, that's where that energy in the cards of, oh God, they've been feeding off of the sun for so long, and now that the sun's calling the energy back, everything's falling apart. And that's when your homeless voodoo dolls come out. That's when your women in wigs go and try to sabotage shit with your friends that have a business. See, they mind their business. They don't mind my business. They mind their business. And when they think that I'm that I'm minding their business, they call me, hey man, why are you minding my business? That's what it is. I'm not. You got a woman in a wig that didn't even know my name when tarot readers are talking about money laundering, human trafficking, drug rings. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. Can't do anything I can't do anything about the crooked cops that are taking bribes to cover up rich men on an island when you've got retired cops talking about the financial system, putting Gary Gensler dressed in a clown suit on his channel. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. Sit back and laugh. Hey, look, it's a clown. That was running your financial system. Yeah, your Federal Securities Exchange Commission. So that's what it is. Can't do anything about that. I mean, when the cop says he's a kitty diddler, chances are you listen to that guy. You listen to that guy, especially when he's got a YouTube channel. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about cops playing superhero on YouTube. I can't do anything about that. I am too. It's just what it is. I'm just not a cop. It's just what it is. However, I'm not a healer from France either. When I got some kind of weird, when you go and pull up Upshotscott on Google, if you scroll down, there's some fake site that Fresho, whoever that company is from out of America. It's just what it is. It's just weird though, because I mean, it's like they just want me to look like I'm making false profiles and shit or something like that. And then y'all have that in the cards where they're making false profiles pretending to be me. And it's what it is. Hell, now we got women in wigs going into my business associates' places and, you know, telling I've been taking them to his competition. It's funny shit. I think it's hilarious. And, you know, we can spot bullshit a mile away. So it works out great in the end. That's what it is. And I mean, it gives those individuals that are stalking my channel the ability to go over and stalk the channel where they talk about chosen ones are monitored. And it's what it is. You can go put in chosen ones are monitored and he'll tell you all about it. He'll tell you all about that shit. Is that really good for business? Well, fucking people that don't feel safe around folks being monitored, it's probably going to be bad for business. But you don't really want to do business with those lower vibrational fucks anyway. So because this is what it is. And I call them fucks in the greatest respect. because that's what they do. They try to fuck you everywhere you go. They try to fuck this up. They try to fuck that up. They're fucks. That's their program. Their program is to fuck shit. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. If he knew anything about what I do here on YouTube, I'd wondered what her name was. So, and he did. He told me maybe that'll be the next natural disaster. Maybe I'll be able to find a natural disaster named after her, if that's even her real name. He said, I kind of wondered with her wearing a wig, and I'm like, well, she's probably the chick all over tarot that's losing her hair. That's what it is. Aren't tarot readers talking about these women are losing their hair? That's what it is. I got women in wigs going and talking to my associates. It's just what it is. It looks like the math is mathing for these people. It's just what it is. What is their final outcome? I don't know. Go see Lee in the UK being demonically tormented. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. Right? They're scared of my spiritual knocks on the wall and signs from the universe. Wait till they got shit flying around their house and the stove coming on by itself. That was kind of cool. I do have to admit. Yeah, for him to catch that on video, click, 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 click. That's what it is. Like, damn, did somebody just turn your gas stove on? Yeah, there you go. And then using the SLS camera, that's cool stuff. That's cool stuff. I mean, Reiki uses Kirilon photography, but I don't need all that with astral sight. So anyway, just keep ascending. Keep ascending. Keep letting those attacks come in, because you learn something, right? When they call me to learn something, then we talk about something else and we get right to the root of what we need to do. So that's what it is. And then Pisces has to move in silence. It's just what it is. When you've got kitty diddlers fucking running the Security Exchange Commission all over a cop's YouTube channel, chances are there's going to be some dark shit coming to the surface. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about that. Anyway, it looks like it could storm any minute, doesn't it? Looks like there's a gray cloud. I hear this whole community is under judgment, but what do I know? What do I know? They also say God will open up the sky for the Earth Angel. So that's what it is. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about that. Do. It does make you wonder with all of the dark web fuckery. Don't you think those are going to be the first ones to start having shit move around their house? You got reader after reader around the sun, around confirmation, around the Leo rising, Pisces sun star energy. You have demonic cult leaders that are like, why won't he quit? And then I hear another reader that's like, quit what? How is my healing business or speaking the truth affecting your non-healing business full of shit? How does my healing business of speaking the truth affect your demonic business in the dark that's full of shit? How does my shit affect yours? That's what it is. So I don't go around to your so I don't know what kind of associates do you have the same associates that are demonically tormenting Lee in the UK? That's what it is. That have women cooking dogs? Is that the associates that you deal with? So it's what it is. If I knew where they were, I'd go and talk to them. Like, hey man, we got women cooking dogs in Texas, blaming it on the devil. Now, when I have a reader say that Dorothy is responsible for summoning a djinn, well, I know that Dorothy, and I met her in the Illuminati, and then that takes us right back to the book, The Illuminatium, where they wait till you ascend to a degree of power and then they shame you. Well, hell, if they've got an Illuminati member coming out in tarot cards that I know that's summoning djinn, looks like they were shamed before I ever even got started. And now the phoenix can rise from their ashes. Simple enough. Simple enough. All right, got to go walk the dog. Namaste.